welcome to my first ever review. This is my first actual Generation Select figure that I've got, and I had to pick this guy up. Quickly, on the right you can see the box that the figure came in with the amazing flip art cover of Super Megatron, and on the left is the box that the box came in. We have the figure there, but quickly going to go on the instructions. You can see that it's quite a big sheet with a lot of unreadable text for me, so maybe this says something interesting, but I don't know how to read it. So there we go, and let's have a look at the figure. So here is Megatron, or shall I say Super Megatron, in his jet mode, and he actually has 4 modes. So just a quick look down, we've got nice details on the front here. We've got the painted yellow cockpit, the missiles on the side, and the tips on the wings painted red. We've got the main wings here, the blaster here, you know, the inside is painted in a very nice yellow. We've got some landing gear here, and obviously you can see where the main robot, you know, parts are. We've got the arms here, the chest, and the legs. But this figure does tidy away really nice. Now you do have the tank treads on the top here. If you want, you can rotate the waist round and have the tank treads on the bottom here to go with the landing gear here, but you know, the instructions say to have them on the top here, so that's just how I've got them for the review. But we have a lot of nice details, just showing you quickly. We've got nice vents or something on here, just, you know, designs. Got nice, even nice details on the wings here. The wings do move, they do move forwards, backwards. These do move as well. But other than that, it's just, you know, a really nice jet mode, a lot of paint, and this definitely feels like a premium sort of figure, so it is a nice feel. It doesn't feel like just a standard sort of release. It does feel well painted and made. So we're gonna get, you know, bring some size comparisons in. So let's set Megatron off there. Let's bring in Earthrise Optimus Prime. Now I don't have Star Convoy, unfortunately, but you can see the sheer difference in size. This guy's a leader, technically a Voyager, but you know, he's a leader class figure. And this guy is a Voyager. So you can just tell the difference in size here. I mean, you do have the main cannon here that just adds to the length of the figure, but just generally this Megatron is huge. So taking Optimus out, let's bring in Siege Megatron, and again, fantastic. They're both the same character, but 2 fantastic figures. And again, look at the length. They both try and compete with the barrel length, but this guy is much bigger than this guy. Yeah, just amazing, really. And you probably guess where this is going, but we have the original mold. Some differences, obviously, clearly between these is the paint apps and the remold. The main bits that this guy shares from this guy is the arms and the legs, and even though they're heavily repainted. Obviously with this figure you've got the whole cockpit and the cannon what folds over to the back, and the massive cannon on the arm. This guy, his whole cockpit is his cannon, and that transforms, which is even cooler. So this guy really cleans up a lot nicer. It doesn't have the whole backpack that this guy has, and I do like this figure. A lot of people don't, but I really do. But again, just having a general sort of size comparison. But again, just an amazing addition. And it's not something, I know Prime vs. Prime said in his review that it's not something where it's just like a standard sort of Megatron. It's a Megatron that could fit on any shelf. Like, this is a very unique Megatron that could go well on any sort of shelf, whether that be Bayverse or, you know, another cartoon. But there we have it. And turning to the transformation to tank mode, so what you're going to want to do here is just come down to the legs and just separate them, just bring them down. It's easy, and just pull the wings up. It can be a little bit of a clearance issue sometimes turning the waist, but you just got to turn the waist and hopefully you don't catch the wings. So what you're going to want to do with the wings is bring one side down, and you can see that there's a tab here that goes in this slot here. So you just want to fold that over and clip that in, and then rotate the wing down and do the same on this side. Have that in. This left wing does untab a little bit, but it's nothing too major. Also, you're going to want to remove the giant freaking gun, so that's there. And then what you're going to want to do is just bring these legs up for the tanks. Now this does share the same engineering as I said as Galvatron. There is a tab, if the camera focuses, there's a tab right there, and that clicks into there. And on my copy, I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to tab in. I will try it for the review, but it doesn't tab in very well. It likes to come loose a lot. But like I said, for the review I'll do it. And then just fold these wings forward, and we basically have the tank mode almost complete. Now what we're going to do with the cannon is you're going to come around to the front here, and if the camera focuses again, it doesn't like to focus this camera. Fold these back, and this bit here you're going to want to flip up. Now this can be very tricky to actually get out, so I might have to do this off camera. Oh, and as soon as I say that, it comes out. Fold this bit forward and then just click this. And there's a tab right here and there, and it clicks into this little slot here, and you're just going to peg it in. And there we have Super Megatron in his tank mode. Now again, amazing detail. We've got the cannon at the front here, and it does rotate, and it comes off. It even comes off. Now that is amazing. A tank cannon that comes off. Again, these bits rotate round. Pretty much, the same sort of detailing, like the red on the, for the wings, and it does remind me of Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, the flying tank. But yeah, we got, the back of the jet here on if the camera focuses again. The legs here, which were the back of the jet, which now form the front of the tank, and obviously the tank treads on the bottom there. This is another tank tread here at the back, which was a landing gear in jet mode. Got the missiles on the back there, so he's protected from the front, and he's going to shoot you from the back. And if you get too close, he'll stab you. No wonder it's painted red. I was wondering about that. But yeah, very nice tank mode. We've got the feet sticking out here, so he can jab you with that as well. No wonder he's got so much red on him. But bringing in some quick size comparisons again. Again, just Earthrise Prime, and you can see definitely now. You can see that he's huge. He definitely is a lot taller than Prime. You might not be able to see it from the angle, but he is taller than Prime. And bringing Siege Megatron in, the tank. Obviously this guy is now longer because this guy hasn't got the massive fusion cannon extended all the way. But very, very nice. And finally bringing in Titan Return Galvatron, and again I really do like this figure. The fandom's probably going to come after me for saying that, but I like it, and I will say it all day, every day. But yeah, just a generally great figure. Now turning to robot transformation, you're going to want to unpeg this, and we may as well transform this. So what you're going to want to do is come back on here and flip this up, fold the barrel away, and then it's going to be really hard to get out later. Clip that in and then extend this, and we've got the giant fusion cannon. What you're going to want to do for the legs is bring them down and clip them into the joint here. Bring the foot down and get the tank tread and just fold it in like that, and vice versa. Click that in there. What you're going to want to do for the arms is unpeg them and fold them down and flip the hands out if they will come out. Give me a hand here, Megatron. See that? Now one thing is the peg here, what goes into there, exactly the same as Galvatron. On Galvatron it didn't feel as strong as this figure. I have put the tab in and you might be able to see here that there are slight stress marks already. It's unfortunate, but I'm not going to be tabbing everything in fully on this figure because I just don't want it to be too stressed. But yeah, so get the landing gear and just rotate that in, and then bring these forward and rotate these out. Like that. And then bring this forward, rotate the chest, and bring the head up. Just click that in. Then get the cannon, and this tab here goes into the tab on his arm. And then take it out. And then here we have Super Megatron, and again, an amazing figure. Now again, he does have 2 robot modes, which we'll go on to shortly, and then we'll do size comparisons because it's almost the same, it's just a few different tweaks to it. Now bringing Megatron in for a closer look, just looking at the head sculpt, because it's mainly the head and the chest what changes, the fusion cannon changes too. But the head sculpt is very nice. Got the missiles on the shoulder with the wingtips. Got the Decepticon logo in the center there, and just very nice details, like little vent sections here. Kind of like the G1 Megatron had, all nice red paint. The hands are painted in a nice gunmetal dark, almost like a black grey. Bringing the figure around, and again it cleans up very nice. Doesn't have the giant cockpit on the back like Galvatron did. This is very clean. And the fusion cannon is nice too. Again, the legs are the same mold as Galvatron, just painted differently, and the waist as well. Articulation wise, let's just take the cannon off. So articulation wise, the head, obviously you got 360 range, but I don't want to chip any of the paint up and down that far. The chest, the rotation joint, these sections you can flip back if you wish, and you can record in these however you would like. The arms, go up that far, go down, they go forward, go back, and they rotate a full 360 both ways. There is a double hinge, so you can hinge it forward and then hinge it all the way up. That's mainly for transformation, and the hands in and out again for transformation. Waist swivel, you can do a full 360, but as I said earlier, the wings do hinder it sometimes. You got the hip guards here that can go up and down, and the legs can go forward, backwards, you can go up and bend 90 degrees. The feet, again, same as Galvatron, they just pivot side to side, and that's more or less it for articulation. As far as storage for this goes, apart from the arms, you can just do what you do in jet mode, just clip this on to the back here and just have it sit, but then you've got the Galvatron cockpit just on the back there. Also, on a side note, if you want a more sort of anime accurate looking Megatron, what you can do is unpeg the wings, bring it forward and just bring them up, so they're kind of just angling out. I'll put the reference on the video right next to me here. But yeah, again, just same on here, just unpeg it, bring it forward like that, and it kind of just adds to the adds to the look of it and makes it more accurate to the actual comic character. But yeah, turning to Ultra Megatron, let's get there. Now, Dark Nova turning Super Megatron into Ultra Megatron, we are going to do the same. So we're just going to remove Megatron's cannon just to make it easier. So what we're going to do here is come to the wings, unpeg them and bring them out like so. Again, unpeg, bring them out like that. And then what we're going to want to do here is unpeg the chest, rotate it round. And what we're going to do with the head here is, if I bring the camera up slightly, what we're going to want to do with the head is unpeg it from here. And there is 2 rotation joints. There's one rotation joint for the head and then one for just above the brows here. And they do rotate individually. It can be awkward at first and my hands are getting in the way, but you can rotate this top bit so Megatron has this head, or you can just swap it for the battle mask, which is where you just rotate the head all the way around, and again you can have this top, you know, the crown almost, but you know, it's up to you which look you want. But just flip the head in and then bring the chest up. There, we're done with Megatron. And coming to the cannon right here, all you're going to do is separate this front section, grab this and flip it up, and do this really difficult bit that is never difficult when I do it on camera, and just unpeg this because it's 2 separate pieces. Then you're going to want to flip this and click it in, and with a section here that you just go on down, and it's like a missiles there. And you can see how the fusion cannon actually folds up. This is going to go on his arm, but this piece here is going to go on his right shoulder. You can plug it in either, but you know, the actual Megatron has this on his right shoulder, so we're just going to plug that in right now. And it is a bit difficult since it's on the hinge, but again, on video, it doesn't seem to be. But just, you know, swing it round. It is on a hinge up and down, and a rotation there. And then we're going to come around again. This tabs into the arm peg there, and articulation is the exact same in this mode. Obviously you've got the wings here, we can just go up and down, side to side. But yeah, here we have Ultra Megatron. I really do like these modes. I don't know which mode I prefer, Super or Ultra. Super is definitely more of a almost generic sort of Megatron, but this Ultra is just dark, Dark Nova. But you know, both these modes are fantastic. And again, the back, there's nothing on the back, only this bit here, but that's nothing bad. The wings come out as they should. Exactly the same. The chest details we'll get close up on. Some nice detail there with the Silicon logo and this new face, almost like the Last Night Megatron with the tusks. And of course we've got the barrels and the shoulders there. But again, very nice fusion cannon. It's on its own sort of rotation here because of the peg, but you know, like I said, missiles there. And overall just a great, amazing, unique piece. And you know, I think everyone should try and get this figure if you can. Is it worth £50? Honestly, yes. It's a Voyager class, but it feels premium. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel premium. The only thing that, you know, the only problem, like I said, is the tabs seem very strong, so just be careful on that. Maybe it's just my copy, but for me the tabs are quite strong, so I'm not going to be tabbing, you know, everything in all the way, just so it doesn't break and chip off. But again, just amazing. Back view, we've got side view from the right, side view from the left, and the front view. Now bringing in some general size comparisons, so we'll put Megatron here. Let's go Autobots first. And just as a nice little dig in the eyes, let's get the headmasters here. I don't unfortunately have the other headmasters, but you know, I'm showing what I can here. And I think the scale worked quite nice here. Chrome Dome, you know, and the other headmasters, they were always a little bit taller, and the scale here I think worked really, really well. Taking these off, let's bring in Optimus Prime here again, Earthrise Prime. Bring the camera forward a little bit here. And Megatron he just towers over. Just look at him. Just very, very tall. Definitely taller than any current Voyager class figure. I mean, Galvatron was a big figure back then, but you know, they were using the mold and he's still huge. Let's bring in Starscream so that, you know, this will be a nice comparison here. And as he should, Megatron towers over Starscream. Let's bring in Siege Megatron here, just on the side. Just trying to get a bit of a group shot here. Just kind of see the difference. Obviously this Megatron's taller than Starscream, and this Megatron is taller than this Megatron. So definitely, you know, you are getting your money's worth. It is a Voyager figure, but it's very premium feel, as I've said. Taking these off. Of course, I have to bring in the original, and here's where you kind of see the similarities. So we've got the legs, the waist, the thighs, the arms, but the chest and everything is just so much different. From a side view there again. And obviously this time we've got tank treads on the arms for Galvatron, but on Megatron we have a tank treads on the legs. And again, you can just see the difference on the backpack on Galvatron as opposed to the backpack on Megatron, because the only kibble Megatron has is the wings, which fold away anyway, and you know, the fusion cannon. But just going head to head, they are pretty much, I would say Megatron is taller as well, so that's a bonus. But again, amazing figure, and if you have any questions about this guy, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer all your questions in the comments. So that was my review on Generation Select Super Ultra Megatron. Now, just looking at this guy, the head sculpt just gives me Lost Light IDW vibes from that. But again, if you want this, you know, figure, I got it from Takara Toys for £50, and it's a great deal, because again, it's a premium feel, it's a great figure, and just to look at it, and again, as Prime said in his review, you can have this Megatron on any shelf and it will go with any figure, whether it's Generations, the films, or any other line. This is an amazing Megatron piece because it's not necessarily tied to one specific line, such as Bayverse or the G1. So yeah, just amazing figure. I highly recommend it. And if you enjoyed this review, again, it's my first review, but if you enjoyed it, please like it, please comment, please give me feedback, and share with whoever is interested, and follow me on Instagram at TFN5000. Thank you for watching. Until all are one.